Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Did you get the info?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have some questions, and at the end we get your personal opinion.
Okay.
Okay. So one, do you have a recycling bin in your classroom?
I do not.
Okay. Well, that's easy. Do students often ask you if you have one?
Once or twice in the first month, maybe, but other than that, no.
Okay. If we created a program where students would make each recycling bin in the classroom easily identifiable, and then they would collect all the recyclables, would you support it?
No.
Okay, why not?
Because we used to have recycling bins and they were green, and then our kids had to take them, like our TA, and like toss them in the recycling area. And kids would like throw half full sodas in there because they were in a can, or like that power water aid Ganger stuff, whatever. And it was half full with the cap on it, and it would leak, and then we would get ants and cockroaches. It was disgusting.
That is a good point.
It was
I didn't think of that.
disgusting, and it smelled terrible. Because kids would throw their, I know it, kids would throw their bags and stuff, like baggies with like half a piece of bologna left in it. It was disgusting. And so I had to remove it. That's the end of my personal opinion.
You wouldn't be a survey then. You wouldn't be a supervisor. Okay.
So, I love you. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, so then the last question is, what's your personal opinion on recycling at the school in general?
You know what? I loved it when 10 years ago they had trash cans like we do outside now, but then they had lids on them with a hole in the middle where kids could put cans and bottles, which I think is a great program. Great. So you go right outside the door. If you have a can, go put it in there. And I think kids used it, and the recycling club did that, and it was huge all over campus. Okay, so I would totally support that and tell kids to go put their stuff there, because I'd rather they put it there than dump it in here, and I don't want cockroaches in my room.
No.
So I'm skeeved out by that.
Okay.
I cannot even explain to you how gross it was.
Yeah, that sounds
and
pretty
it was
nasty.
sticky and nasty and gross.
Okay, so you're okay with it outside though,
Totally.
and like with lids on
I
it.
would completely be supportive of it.
So
Okay.
then if it was still like an outside thing and it was a club and all that and students were in charge of it, you would support that?
1,000%.
Would you be a supervisor?
I have too many clubs.
Okay.
Do you know anyone who would possibly?
Mr. Jones used to do the ecology club, so
Okay.
that would be like a natural fit, I think. Maybe a science teacher to do that. But I think those bins, because there's a guy after school who comes. I don't know if you've seen him.
Yeah.
He's a little man who wears a little hat, and he comes around and collects. There you go. Okay, does he work here?
No, I think he has worked
Please
for the
tell me,
district.
because I would like to know his story, because I don't
Wait,
know it.
before
I
you
happen
talk,
to know.
wait, do you mind if what you're saying is being recorded? Because it's for a school project.
Yeah, I don't care.
What's
Okay.
your name?
Kathy Severin?
Do you
Okay.
work here?
Yes.
What's your department?
I'm at Instructional Aid and Special Ed.
Okay, thank you.
That's good.
We need
Okay,
that
so who
official.
is this man? And what's
He
his story?
may have worked here at one time. His two sons work in the district. One is in transportation. The other one is the custodian at Rossmore.
Okay.
And he goes around and collects all of these cans and bottles and recyclables. He does it after nutrition. He does it after lunch. You see him
And
at
after
varying
school, I
times.
see him after school
Yeah.
every day.
He's retired. I think he's been a custodian before. It's like a whole family that works, and his daughter-in-law is a teacher at Hopkinson. And so he comes and collects all those things, donates them, picks them up, turns them in, gets the money for them, donates the money to the school.
Oh wow.
That's
How
kind of
cool
like
is that?
what
See,
we wanted
that's
to do.
good
Yeah.
to know.
That's
That part of it I think is great to know.
That's what we want to do with the money from the bottles. We want to give them to like either the school in general or the underfunded programs like art.
That's great. See, there you go. Look at who you got, and look at this extra information you got.
Thank
So
you.
you can probably talk to him and, make some arrangement with him, because if he sees kids collecting them, I don't want him to think that somebody's stepping on his toes.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I know
got
a
you.
lot of
Work with
people
him for
don't
the
know
same
who he
purpose.
is. Yeah.
A lot of people treat him really not too kind.
What was his
Sometimes
name?
they think he's some homeless guy.
Oh.
His last name is Avalos.
I know
Mr.
he
Avalos.
worked with the school, but I didn't know who he was. You know what I mean? So see, the fact that you
Yeah.
know that
Yeah,
story
he's retired.
is great.
And he's retired.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Wait, one
But-
more thing, Miss Franzeen. Do you think the school would benefit from recycling paper? Because we have a lot
Yes,
of
we
paper trash.
try to do that. It's not very successful. But I think as we move next year with more iPad and iChrome classes where things are digital, teachers aren't going to have to copy short stories. And I'm not going to have to give you a handout for the web quest and all of those things, because it will be like in Ms. Brocious' class, it'll just be there.
Okay.
And so we